You know what I mean? That's a conversation in itself because, in my opinion, like the gym is the cleanest. Gym is dirty, as dirty as can be, right? But as for like viruses and people going to the gym sick, asymptomatic or whatever, right? They're the healthiest people. They're wiping stuff down regardless. You know what I mean? And I don't know. The gyms should be open. The gym's just open in New York. In New York, I saw last week. Still not open in Jersey. Big issues with that Attila's gym
reclosed in California. They
did they? Did everything reclose on the Cali?
In LA they did, but in San Diego the beaches have stayed open.
Really? Yeah, that's another thing. You can go to the beach and crowd thousands in a beach. You know what I mean?
Well, I think because at first they opened the beach and you weren't allowed to stay still on the beach. Like they were like, hey, you can go to the beach, but only for swimming, running, jogging, or walking. So you have to do an activity. You can't just pop up
I didn't know that, right?
Yeah. But then I think I'm pretty sure there were some papers that came out that said COVID almost instantly dies in sunlight.
Right.
So like people need to be going out and doing more activities to do those,
Right.
And it hasn't really been a problem so much from my perspective anyway,
right.
back in San Diego, but
and back to the fitness thing. You can't take fitness away from you, like a health and wellness thing, because that's what's keeping us pumping and alive.
A lot of these underlying health conditions are because people aren't exercising. No, they're not dieting well. Yeah. They're just,
And then sitting inside for months and no job. So now you went from eating maybe like decently healthy meals. It's too expensive to eat healthy. You know what I mean? For a majority of people, you know what I mean? And now we're stuck inside. Nobody has money. Nobody has any means of no one has like an outlook of like when's this over, when the thing's gonna get back, when am I gonna get a job, this and that. And luckily I've been working during this, but
a lot of people don't have that opportunity,
right? And then just train wrecks, no fitness, depressed, mental's all messed up, you know what I mean? And I don't know, COVID's crazy, but yeah, that's where the pancakes and the protein shakes come from. Food brought me to the gym brings me to the food, vice versa.
And what were some, have you ever like gone to a restaurant, not that you got to air them out right here, but gone to a restaurant and like, do you have a criteria of what a small business is, like what you're looking for? Like these small business owners are just looking for, they don't have high quality food. They're just looking to get paid.
Right. Well, you'll see who goes to these places social media wise. You can kind of tell through pictures, through who's like promoting stuff about this place, if it's a place I want to be there or not. Eye test, got past the eye test, you know what I mean? I'm always looking at as many pictures as I can about it. And what I used to do is, I can't even say what I used to do. What I used to do sometimes was I'd reach out to their Instagram page and be like, tell me a little bit about yourself. You know what I mean? So I know, like, if it was far, I know who I'm going to deal with, because I want to go and meet someone. You know what I mean?
You don't want a standoffish dude.
Right. And that was just a me thing. But as for assessing quality without being there, it's tough, because I've been pulled to some places by friends where I was like, nah, I ain't ever going there. You know what I mean? And that actually happens more times than not, because I'm not close-minded, but sometimes I get stubborn and stuck in my ways where I want to go to this place. He's like, no, just break out of your shell. One of my boys, man, no, come to this place. I'll be like, nah, I'll pass. Yeah. And then I'll end up going there, and it'll be amazing. So as for like my own personal scouting, sometimes it's off a lot. But you can tell through social media alone, like who's going there and promoting it and what they're putting up content-wise, like if it's going to be good or not before you can get there. They can blow the doors off your mind, and like you can be completely wrong, like I have been. But
I was going to say, that was my next question.
Yeah, I've been wrong a lot of times, but I've also been right a lot of times. You know what I mean? And but the point is, you went and you tried it. You have to try it, because if we were going around like trying to be like restaurant snobs, then it defeats the whole purpose of this whole intro that I just gave about being this honest person who's trying to support blah blah blah. I go in with an open mind, even though sometimes I can't be closed-minded. But if it's not good, it's not good. Then I just don't talk about it. You know what I mean? If something's not good, I'll never post about it or talk about that, of how it's not good. But if someone asks, I'll tell them. You know what I mean? Because there's people, everyone's going out working hard for their money. And if the place isn't good, like if it's really not good, I'm going to tell you, don't go to that place. Save your dollar and put it somewhere else. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know. That's the other side of it. it's great to be able to tell everyone to go to my favorite spots, but it's also equally important to tell people where not to go.
Has anybody ever tried to bribe you or approach you to hey,
No.
if you give us a good review because of your following?
Nope. I have people just hit me up to give good reviews, which anytime someone hits me up, it's someone I know. You know what I mean? Yo, pop on to Google if you can. They're texting me. It's not a DM. You know what I mean? They got my phone number, so it's different. But no, So I have emails. Come to this restaurant. We do free test and we do free tasting. We need to get free samples. You get 25% off your bill. It's like I have never went to somewhere that is like offered a deal like that. Usually I just ignore it. But you'll see, I don't know, you'll see different things like people be posting stuff about Dunkin' Donuts. Ooh, this new croissant. Yeah. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bro, stop it. You know what I mean? They gave you $70 just go and say that. If you want to get $70, that's fine. $100, whatever it is. That's fine if that's how you want to get the money, but I'm not. This page is not like a.
That's not what it's for.
This isn't. I don't make anything off of this. This is what I try to tell everyone. I don't get a penny off of this. And if you go back and just look, I don't get anything for free. I don't do it for free stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, if you want to send something out, be my guest. But no, nothing. This isn't anything free. This is all of our hard-earned money, which I work hard for, super hard, pumped into local business for nothing in return. I get nothing in return. And I don't know. I feel like that's when you combine the nothing in return, like why is he doing it then? With like the good-heartedness that we put into the page is just really trying to connect with people. It can be confusing. I got a lot of hate for that kind of stuff and like call it fake phony kind of stuff. But no, we're just doing it. It's fun. It's what we like to do. You know what I mean?
Which is kind of crazy because just like you said, there's a lot of people who are willing to, they want those followers. They want those likes.
Right.
And to stick out or to actually grow your following to where it's at right now.
Right.
When were you like logging on to Instagram and being like, whoa, like at what point were you like, yo,
when I actually moved here.
Okay.
As when, like I mentioned before, when I moved here, like things changed for the page. Like when I was able to actually go into these restaurants and not have to rush. When I had to go into these restaurants and get to sit down and like talk to these people and actually like meet the owners, you know what I mean? Meet the cooks, whoever it may be, maybe chef owner. So, you know, they're cooking and stuff like that. When I started like forming relationships and then those people started plugging me with other people in the industry and stuff like that. And it just, I don't know if it was, could just been coincidental. When I started forming my actual relationships and really like saying, all right, this isn't about like go and eat 7 cheat meals that I waited all week for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then hit the gym. This is like go learn about these people, and that's when things started going. And I can't say take off because it's still a super small following. You know what I mean? But it's big to me because when I started this food page, it didn't have a following. I had 300 people who followed me. Yeah. It was just regular like crap pictures, you know what I mean? With some random food pictures in there. But no, it's cool to see everyone catch on. It's cool to see it's really cool to see the interactions that I have daily. That's another thing that it's about for me because I was able to make like these like Instagram friends, which I never like. That is weird to me still. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
people you've never met,
right? On the internet, I'm having conversations like going over courses of weeks and months and years now. You know what I mean? Like they become like internet friends, and that concept to me is weird because you can't have like an internet friend. That's strange. You know what I mean? That's like a pen pal, but like
basically,
but like
the new age
more
pen pal.
Weird. Yeah. And I don't know. Those relationships that form, and then being able to push those people to places that I like, and then those people form relationships with those people I push them to. That's when I get satisfaction. Like when I see like my people connect with my other people when they didn't know each other, you know what I mean? And the page was like their portal to plug them both. That's what's up. That's what I like. And on top of like, obviously if they go and they're like, yo, that was banging. Just took my girl out for our anniversary. Nice call. Or tag me in this. Yo, Pancakes and Protein Shakes said this. It was amazing. I was like, yes, that made you know what I mean? That made someone so happy.
Not only that, but your word is valid. It's not like
Right. No, it's like it's valid. It's justified. It's certified. You know what I mean? It's and that's what I just wanted the page to be, something like that. And then then those people go tell their family, and then their family eats there, and they tell their friends, and then they have this whole new network. Not even because of what happened on Instagram. Because
did that make you want to continue to do it?
Well, no, that's one of the things that make it worth it. Is me doing my part. Sure, is good when I go in and buy a sandwich. I did my little tiny part. Yeah. You know what I mean? I try to do as much time as possible a week, but that can only happen so many times. I got to pay mortgage.
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say,
yeah,
money costs, food costs money.
Yeah, and so I do it as much as possible. And I don't know. That's where I get the most satisfaction, is when I see the page really making an impact. I do my part, I spread the word, and then people get back to me in some way or another, whether they hit me up, call me, tell me, tag me on Instagram, whatever. And I know that they had a good time there, and then them having a good time means they spread the word to every one of their people. That's what made me be like, yeah.
And like you said, it's all about love, community, helping each other out.
Right. Everything about togetherness. Everything about the page is about togetherness, and I don't know. It's just raw. It's different. Because the food pages are just putting up, get the likes. You know what I mean? Maybe get paid for it.
Do you always refuse to go to a chain spot or? Yeah,
never a chain. All right. Okay. So for example, I was on a job yesterday, and they brought me Wawa, and I ain't eating that. I just took it, put it in the truck. Luckily, we left early. That's why I texted you when we end up leaving early. Left early, and then I ended up going to a place, Tortoises. Actually, I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but it's a sandwich shop. We can plug it later. But no, didn't eat that sandwich. Put it back in the truck.
So you're 100%.
100%. Yo, so listen, we've gone on 42-hour fast, 38-hour fast because it was airport food, or because it was road trip food, and there was the only thing on the way is chain stuff. You know what I mean?
Wow.
There's pictures, there's captions. If I go on a story and start popping off random stuff, I'll always say, don't go to Starbucks, dude. There's a coffee shop right there during COVID that's about to close, and they need to feed the family. Yeah, Starbucks got it made.
It's funny you say that, because growing up in Philly, I've always gone to the bodega, or there's a mom and pop shop.
Yeah, mom and pops.
But if we weren't going there, or we weren't going to a local family-owned Spanish restaurant or Jamaican, whatever restaurant, Chinese restaurant, we would go to a fast food joint, a chain spot. And moving to San Diego, man,
how'd that go?
I think that was the time my wife and I were just we love coffee.
Yeah.
And the coffee shops out there is the equivalent of craft beers. There's so many craft, at home, Dark Horse Coffee, or there's this place called Crave, and they do keto coffee for people who are and they do not only coffee, but they do snacks and zero carb cupcakes, and it's just there's a ton of places out there who have brunch out there is such a huge thing,
right?
So we go to small restaurants for brunch. There's the Red Door, and they only serve a limited amount of food, and then it's all farm grown that they get from local farmers and stuff like that. Yeah. So going to San Diego versus growing up here was just wow, the quality of food is just higher and more.
It's the options too, though, because all right, so you're more provoked, obviously, on the west side. Try this place, try that place. You said you were growing up here. Mm-hmm. I was still going to chains. Right up until I literally made the name Pancakes and Protein Shakes. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was an instant turn-off switch. Flip the switch, never a chain ever again.
That's crazy. That's a big change.
Grocery stores, I use Whole Foods or Wegmans. Wegmans is OG, GOAT. But the grocery stores I could work on. You can do Farmer's Market or something like that. Yeah. But that's it. You know what I mean? No restaurant that's a chain. And I will not eat. I will not drink. I'll go without coffee, do whatever I can, and that's it. But when I made the Pancakes and Protein Shakes, that was my vow to myself. This isn't a no joke about the chain stuff. And then when I moved down here, it's not even an option. I couldn't even imagine going. And that's not a food snob thing. If you want to go and get a Wawa hoagie, that's awesome. That's fine with me. I mean, do whatever you want, because I can only say so much. But like I said, I'll go as long as possible. You're gonna not go to Middle Child, get a hoagie at Middle Child. There's no Long Sal in Center City, and someone's gonna choose to go to Lee's Hoagie right next door, huge chain. You know what I mean? That's whack to me. So no, support us local.